Looking forward, what are your top priorities in the next 12 to 24 months?
Well, first off, raising the funds needed from private funders through the sale of royalty units in the joint venture ownership pool is our top priority. I don't think that'll take more than a week or two to actually finish that off. Then, once we have all the commitments to that, we can order the first 100 to 150 e-bikes and all the accessories to go with it, like helmets and gloves and batteries, in time for the delivery. And then we activate them in time for this tour season to start. Now, during the shipping time, we will further develop the back end accounting systems to calculate the royalty unit splits, establish host location agreements with five to six key host locations. We're going to develop the marketing collateral that has to go with it to promote the project online and internally, things like stickers and QR codes and business cards and handouts. Then finally, negotiate the sponsorship deals with the AMA and the tour guide operators that we plan to connect with. And then after year one, we can focus on refining what we did, what went good, what went bad, how can we improve on things. And then we can focus on creating new joint venture ownership pools in other towns in Canada and the US for the next, 24 months and then beyond that.
You're thinking that you can start looking at other towns as soon as 12 months from now.
Absolutely. I mean, I could, if I had the actual time in my day, I could probably do two or three at once. But logistically, I'd rather start with one location. I mean, McDonald's didn't start with two, three, four locations. They started with one franchise, as did Kentucky Fried Chicken. They worked that out for a while and they figured all the ins and outs and the bells and whistles they had to add to it, processes. And then they started expanding through franchising. So we're going to do that with strategies like licensing as we scale up. But that's essentially, I think, the model we have to go with.
It seems that one tourist session within 1 year will probably give you enough information for you to know which challenges and which direction you should go for the following city. Is that what you're thinking through
Absolutely.
the process now?
Yeah, in fact, we're taking Daniel's experience from his Scootsy operation back in 2023 and 2024 and 2025, when we had to pivot away from the building that we were no longer had access to. He just took them down to Lethbridge, which is a town about 2 hours south of Calgary, and the Drumheller area, and he started running out of that area. And he was able to, understand what was going right, what was going wrong, what were some of the challenges. So we learned from that experience already on the scooters and the e-bikes, because our locations are going to be doing the actual rental for us, and everybody returns the bikes to that location rather than leaving like a scooter on the street somewhere. It takes away a lot of the logistical nightmare that you would normally have had to have. So I think the experience is already kind of baked into the cake, if you will. And then it's just a matter of what goes right and what goes wrong with the hotels from their operational point of view, and then shifting inventory from one host to the other host as our demand changes from pre-planned bookings. By the way, I didn't mention this earlier. The hotels that we're dealing with, they informed us the other day when I asked about staying there in the summertime during Stampede Week, because I've got my own condo and I rent it out on Airbnb every year. So I'm going to be away for 16 days from my condo. And I thought, hey, perfect opportunity to just stay up in Banff. And he goes, well, you better book now. It's going to be filled up. And we charge $400 to $600 a night on average for our hotel rooms. So I'm not sure you want to spend all your Airbnb money just renting in town for those 2 weeks. And I go, yeah, at that price, I probably won't. But taking a look at what their customers are, if you're spending $400 to $600 a night, is it much of a stretch to assume you're going to rent a bike for a few hours over that stretch of time that you're spending that kind of money in the hotel? In fact, the hotel might just pay us the time to rent the bike from us, and they'll just give away the rental to some of their high paying guests. I'm not sure how that's going to work yet, but I would just assume that's going to be one of the perks of booking at their particular hotel versus somewhere else.